Hey, I am so excited that you are here today for this special class on being marriage minded and what it takes to develop the type of mindset to become a cherished woman who easily attracts a quality, godly man. So, if this is your first time watching me, my name is Keisha Rice, and I am the pre-wife coach. Single, successful, millennial Christian women come to me when they have everything else. They have the great education, they have the career, they have the friends, but the one thing that they're lacking in is having that purpose partner, that man who is going to take all the great things about them and help support them and cherish them enough so that they can reach the new levels of abundance that God has in store for them. So I don't want to waste any of your time. We're going to get started right away, and just give me 1 second and I will share my screen with you guys so that we can go. So again, today we're going to talk about how you change your mindset so that you can attract a great man. And in just a second, I'm going to talk about why it is specifically mindset that matters so much. And yes, that picture is me with my curly hair. Shrinkage is real, as you can see, but I go back and forth between using a flat iron and naturally curly, just in case you're wondering. So Proverbs says, as a man thinketh, so is he. And how is it that you tell that someone's going to be successful in their goals? Because personally, I can tell after talking to someone for 10, 15 minutes whether or not they're going to be successful in the goals that they want out of life. Because most people get really impressed and excited about what people do or what they say they're going to do. But the key to getting any goal that you want in life, financial, education-wise, career-wise, and yes, also in love, it's not what you do about it, but it's how you think about it. Because you can do all the right things, but if your mindset isn't there, you will still fail. So here's what we're going to talk about today. Why getting the partner you want starts with working on you first, what most dating coaches get wrong about attracting the right partner, and the shifts that you need to take to manifest the ideal relationship. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about me so that you can get an idea of who is teaching this class today. So I don't know if you can relate to this, but back when I was younger, I dated a lot. I was always in a relationship, but most of the relationships that I was in, they were not healthy at all. And I kept driving men away because I was so independent, and I kept approaching men with not the feminine energy that I should have been approaching them with, but with this, look at me, I've done all these things, I have all this great education, I have this fantastic job, people really like me, so of course you should like me, and of course you should date me because I'm a prize. And I got sick of being in these terrible relationships, and I got even sicker of people in my church trying to dictate how I should date, both church members, and if this is your first time meeting me, my dad is a preacher. My uncle is a bishop. My brother is a preacher. I have several cousins who are preachers and pastors. So when I say people in my church, I also mean my family. And I spent years studying the psychology of dating and love, discovering how to solve my own love problems and how to solve the problems of others as well. So I learned how to stop settling for just any kind of relationship and how to choose those that make me feel cherished and safe. And by the way, that incredibly handsome man that you see in that picture is my husband. So I learned to set boundaries, learned how to teach others how to treat me. And I took my own journey from pre-wife to the wife, and I found Bae, and he's better than I could have ever dreamed of in a man. And now I'm dedicated to showing other Christian women how to attract men who can't wait to cherish them. So the women that I work with, they go on more dates, they create long-term relationships, and they excel more in other aspects of their lives as well, as far as their family and their career and their finances too. Because when you have that great love, when you have a supportive partner, and when you are also confident and happy in yourself, it is amazing how much the other areas of your life improve as well. So I want to make sure that we're on the same page, that this class is for you so that you don't waste any of your time. So this class is for you if you're a successful woman, you have the education, you have the career, you have the friends, and it's just the man that you are still looking for. And you are totally and completely over bad dates, you're over men that waste your time. And you've had some bad relationships, not just your romantic relationships, but You've had to put some friends in check, frankly. You've had to deal with some toxic family members, and you're still doing the work to heal from them, but you are doing the work. And you know that not only are you worthy of love, but that you can give love to someone as well, as long as that man will also treat you with love and cherish you. So this is what most dating coaches do. They don't really focus on long-term results. They focus on getting quick wins, and they focus on the external. So you're going on more dates, but are those dates good dates? Are you meeting really good quality men? And they give hacks and tricks, but they don't explain they don't explain what you do after you use those tricks, excuse me. So yes, I do work with my clients on how to get a date, how to meet men, how to start conversations. But more importantly, I focus on what you do after you get that date, how you qualify a man and make sure that he's right for you. And if he is right for you, how you sustain that relationship. Because love is an inside job. So you can follow these other dating coaches and you can dress seductively, you can send the right text messages, you can learn secrets of flirting, and you can get a few more dates. And again, I can show you how to do that as well. But you can't have lasting love without getting your mindset right first. And here's why mindset is so important. A negative mindset negatively impacts your health and it makes you less attractive. So there have been lots of studies on this about how when you have a negative mindset, you walk differently, you talk differently, you're more likely to gain weight, you're more likely to be slower, sluggish, you're more likely to be tired all the time. So having a negative mindset really can make you less attractive and less healthy. A negative mindset closes you off to the opportunities that God has for you, because God can present all these great things for you. He can put all these great men in your area, but if you have a negative mindset, you won't even see any of that. A negative mindset negatively impacts others. So then you're out here trying to date and you might meet a couple of men and go on a few dates, but because you have that negative mindset and frankly, your attitude stinks, then they don't want to be around you. And you see that in your own life all the time. How often do you have that one family member, that one coworker that you just don't want to be around because they're always negative, and whenever you leave them, you leave in a bad mood? And a negative mindset wastes a lot of time. So we need to stop doing that. And I've discovered there are 3 types of mindsets that determine whether you struggle with dating or get the committed love that you deserve. So let me know if you fall into these categories. There's the careful mindset. You're not going out, you're not meeting men because you're so afraid that you're going to be rejected. You are asking everybody and their mama for advice. And you try to implement everyone's tips, even though everyone's advice conflicts with each other. And you're either not dating consistently or you're constantly getting hurt by the same type of men. You keep dating the same men over and over again. It's just a different face. There's the controller mindset. You've been burned, so you're determined that that is never, ever going to happen again. So you leave with your resume. You do what I used to do back in the day. You always try to show men that you're such a great catch so that they don't leave. And girl, you are the CIA, FBI, all of that combined, because you investigate everything about potential interests. And you try to make sure that if there are any red flags whatsoever, just the slightest thing, you will see it coming before it happens. And you need to know everything and be in control of everything. And that pushes good men away, because God forbid they want to surprise you for your birthday. You can't handle it. And when you have a careful or controller mindset, you end up in situations like this where you don't remember the last time you actually had fun on a date. All of your relationships give you a serious case of deja vu, because again, you're dating the same man over and over again, just a different face. Men take advantage of you because men know hurt and desperation from a mile away, and they will take advantage if they can. Bad men will do that. Good men don't. The men that you date don't stick around very long. And you end up leaving every single relationship drained and more drained each time. So if you continue with these mindsets, I can pretty much guarantee that you're going to remain single much longer, possibly forever. And also that when you do end up in a relationship, that is not going to be a healthy one. So you want love that lasts a lifetime. You don't want to feel unworthy or lonely anymore. You want to be free from those feelings. And you want a man who is going to support you and support the purpose that God has in your life. Also, something that really mattered to me and allowed me to help me get my life together when I was in bad relationships was you want to set an example of a healthy relationship. I so badly wanted to do that for friends of mine who were a few years younger than I am, and for my nieces and nephews, for younger kids at my church. I wanted them to see what healthy relationships look like. And you want to have someone to explore the world with. So you want to embrace the cherished mindset in which you are pursuing the worthy goal of being married, but you're not constantly chasing men. Instead, you're attracting them with grace, with ease, with flow, all the things that makes us women. Women are naturally graceful and we naturally work with ease. It is part of our essence, and that is how we attract men. And you know that you're a cherished woman who deserves the ultimate happiness and who deserves a partner who can't wait to cleave to her and cherish her. I know my husband, when he and I were dating, the subject of marriage, he brought it up and it came up within the first month of us dating. He knew that he wanted to make that commitment to me. So when I developed that cherished mindset, my dates got better. I set the intention to get married. And it was about a month later that I met my husband when I truly got serious about wanting to get married. My other relationships improved, and also my finances and my health improved, because this mindset not only applies to your love life, but it will carry over to everything else as well. And here's how you do those things. So we're going to talk about the date method. And it is 4 steps to transform your mindset so that you are ready to be a cherished woman who gets married. So the D in date is for determining the past influences. And yes, you can be an independent woman. I am all for that. I'm all up on my Destiny's Child. It's one of my favorite songs from that group. But even if you are independent, most of what you think about dating was cemented before you knew what was happening. Your parents, your church, your community, they had a major impact on that when you were growing up. They placed these ideas in your head that you still have today. And your friends, your past relationships, they shape the rest. So it's important that you learn to identify those influences and know where these thoughts and ideas that you have about relationships come from. Because once you do that, you can deal with your past. Because if you don't, you'll continue to repeat the past and date toxic men. You have to absolve the past hurts. That is the A in the date method. Because the biggest key to attracting more love into your life is showing forgiveness. And I'm going to read to you Ephesians 4:31 through 32. Get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. Be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, as God in Christ forgave you. Unforgiveness is at the root of a negative mindset. Unforgiveness is what sparks those things that were mentioned in the very beginning of that verse: bitterness, rage, and anger. The T in the date method is tossing out the bad behavior. So the people who influence our thoughts, they also influence our behavior. Excuse the typo there. So we later develop bad behaviors as a way of surviving. So when you become hurt, you start developing these certain things. Okay, well, I don't want to get hurt again. So this is what I'm going to do to make sure that it doesn't happen. And some of those behaviors include having an unattractive appearance. And I'm not talking about your physical appearance. I'm talking about the way that you present yourself to other people, where people see you coming and they already know that you have a bad attitude or that you think badly about relationships. You don't set boundaries so that you end up continuously getting abused. And you're constantly trying to fix people, which drains you and your energy all the time. So the E in the date method is easing into a cherished relationship. And it's about knowing whether or not you really and truly want to get married, because marriage is not for everyone. And also knowing, okay, if you want to get married, why do you want to get married? And that's something I spend a lot of time with my one-on-one clients with, talking about getting married, why you want to get married, and knowing the purpose of marriage from a biblical perspective, and also knowing why you personally want to get married. And you have to make sure that you've made space for love, that you've created time in your schedule, that you have space in your home, and that you have space in your heart, that you've done the work to heal the trauma, which is what you spend the first 3 things in the date method doing. And also that you're clear on what it is that you want in a man, that you've made a list and that you know how to correctly make that list, because just writing a list of characteristics down is not enough. So imagine what it would be like to have complete freedom from your past mistakes, from your limiting beliefs, and to no longer feel any pain or bitterness over your past relationships. To be able to position yourself so that you're more attractive to quality men, to be able to discern if a man is treasure or if he's trash, and to be in a healthy relationship in which you know you're cared for and you're cherished. Does that sound good to you? So if you are stuck with the careful or controller mindset, you will never have those things, because what will happen is you'll continue to let your fear of rejection prevent you from living an abundant life. You'll stay single, or you'll continue to date toxic men who don't care about you, don't care about your purpose. You'll find yourself in a cycle of situationships where you're not ever really sure if this is a relationship or not. And you'll think about settling just so that you can say that you're in a relationship. So right now you have 2 choices. You can settle for the status quo. You can keep going the way things have been. You can miss out on the opportunities that God has for you. Or you can walk into the abundance you've been promised and learn how to attract a man who wants to cleave to you and cherish you. And that all starts with having the right mindset. So here's what some other people say about the work that I've done with them. Jessica, she says, Keisha is much more than a coach. She is a living, breathing liberator who helped me to break free from my own internal prison. What makes her coaching style even better is that she is honest and straightforward. She does not beat around the bush, but has a gentleness that does not offend. And Melissa, as client of mine, says, before I met Keisha, I was so scared to put myself out there and date. She helped me take baby steps towards putting myself out there until I was consistently dating, meeting great guys. I know I wouldn't have met my boyfriend without her. And Tammy, I fell for so many men who just told me what I wanted to hear. Keisha taught me what to ask on dates, what red flags to listen for. And when I met my fiance, I knew how to open up without giving too much away and how to have real talks with him. So now is the time for you to take action, because all of this begins with mindset. And I wanted to invite you to join Marriage Minded. So Marriage Minded is going to be a 5-week course that will transform your dating mindset, and also 3 months of coaching in a private Facebook group. So we're going to have weekly meetings. You're going to be in a community of like-minded women. We're going to have these times once a week where I will coach you all. You can ask me questions personally as you're working through the things in the course, and even questions that you have after that. And there's also going to be regular hot seats so that you can volunteer and we can talk in the group, a private group. So don't worry about, addressing those feelings. We will have a private group where if you want to, we can have a hot seat and we'll talk about your individual dating issues. And also I have a bonus in Marriage Minded. It is hacks to change your mindset faster. Because Marriage Minded is all about looking at your past relationships, looking at the people who have influenced your ideas about dating and marriage, and being able to transform those, to see those from a different perspective, and learning how to heal from those things so that you can have a great, abundant relationship. And of course, it involves a lot of different work. I have journal entries in the course that you can do. But I want you to have this bonus as well, because that way you can also get some quick wins while you're working on the long-term transformation. So all you need to do is head to bit.ly/marriage_minded, and you can get started today. So I am going to stop sharing the screen and come back out and talk to you guys. Again, you can find Marriage Minded at bit.ly/marriage_minded. And this is going to be such a great time for you. This is your time, your opportunity to really and truly do the work, so that when you meet that great man who is going to become your purpose partner and the two of you get married, you've done the work so that you're truly ready for that relationship and that you don't let your past hurt sabotage it. Also, it is going to be so amazing to have a group of women who are dealing with the same issues as you are and can relate to the issues that you're dealing with. Maybe your friends are already getting married, or maybe your friends are also single, but they're not as committed as you are to being in a relationship. So you'll have that community of women who understand and who are on the same journey. And of course, I'll be holding your hand the entire way and guiding you through the course and guiding you through your relationship issues in general. So you'll always have my personal attention as well. So go to that link, again, bit.ly/marriage_minded. And I can't wait to meet you in the group. I can't wait to work on these issues with you. And I can't wait until you have a renewed mind, so you're able to develop that mindset so that you can attract a quality man and get into the relationship that you've always dreamed of. So I will see you soon. Again, go to that link and let's get started. Bye.